Should cosplay be banned from conventions?
No!
Hey guys, welcome to Weekday 1-Up.
Your only source, probably not your only, but one of the best sources, that might not be true either, for nerd news?
Nerd news. Nerd discussions.
Nerd talk.
We're a daily nerd discussion show.
If you couldn't tell.
So, if you're into cosplay culture and you're into this cosplay community...
Which there's a good chance you are if you watch this show.
You might not be, but you very well could be.
If you're not into cosplay, what are you doing with your life?
You should get into it. Check it out. It's fun.
Indeed.
But something happened recently.
Tell me about it.
This guy, he goes by the name of Pat Broderick.
Broderick.
Broderick. That's what I said. He, from what I've read online, he's like a writer or an artist for DC.
Okay.
And, he had some things to say. So I'm just going to read to you guys what he said. He put this on Facebook.
Well, tell me what he said.
And there's articles about it. I don't have any of the articles up to go further in depth, but I've just got a picture of what he said.
Alright.
So, he said, today's heads up. Uh-oh. Get straight to the point.
Heads up.
If you're a cosplay, he capitalized cosplay. So
if you are a cosplay?
No, there's more.
If you are... Wait, what?
There's more.
If you're a... Oh.
If you're a cosplay personality... Please don't send me a friend request.
Okay.
Maybe I can understand this. He's a writer for DC. He probably doesn't want tons of like cosplay people, filling up his.
I cosplay Batman. Do you want to be friends with me?
You know that happens.
Yeah.
So this maybe I can maybe understand.
Not so bad.
This is the only part I can
Justifiable.
Understand. Depending on who you are. For him, yeah, probably justifiable. If you're a convention promoter and you're building your show around cosplay events and mega multimedia guests, don't invite me.
What?
What does that mean? You bring nothing of value to the shows. And if you're a promoter pushing cosplay as your main attraction, you're not helping the industry or comics market. Thank you. Very quick, very to the point. So, you haven't really heard this quote before. I read it a few days ago. What do you think your first time hearing this? It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Who is this guy? What prominent comics has he written? Okay, he's probably done some good stuff.
He's probably done some stuff. I don't know. Stuff, You guys let us know. What does this guy do?
What was his name?
He is something.
Pat Broderick?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So he's basically saying, if you cosplay... So he's saying cosplay should be banned from all... conventions.
Well, he didn't come out and say ban, but he said if it's there, he's not going.
I guess he's never going to a con then.
So basically what he's saying is if it's not banned at a con, he's not going to that con. And other people have been taking it as him saying that cosplay should be banned at cons.
He should be
Now, he didn't cut straight out and say ban cosplay. He did not say that. But what he's saying is that it brings nothing to the fandom. Which I totally disagree with.
That's completely
I think cosplay is an amazing way to bring people together, to bring all these fandoms together. All you gotta do is look across the hall and you see somebody in something that you know you like. You know you got a connection with that person.
Right.
And on top of it, it's become just a cool thing. People like base their lives around making their cosplays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this guy's basically saying they're garbage and he doesn't want them anywhere around his stuff. And it's like, you write for DC. I assume he's a writer. Maybe he was an artist. But either way, he does something for DC. He puts work into this. And you don't find it awesome when you see somebody cosplaying your characters?
So, yeah, I know. I've heard of a ton of comic writers who get, like, they just love the cosplay. They're like, I made that character. And they're, I would be flattered. Mm-hmm. Personally. I'd be like, yo, yeah, do that. Keep doing that. I'd be begging people.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. Honestly. He said, let me look at the quote again. He said, hold on. I X'd.
Hashtag shake my head.
He said, you bring nothing of value to the shows. And if you're trying to push cosplay as your main attraction, do you think cosplay is ever the main attraction of a con?
It is. There is the masquerade, which is.
It is actually That's another thing to look at, dude. The masquerade is the most gone to part of a con. He's saying that...
What's the difference between a masquerade, costume contest thing? What's the difference between that and, like, a beauty contest? Mm-hmm. What's the difference between that? These people just obviously...
People put so much hard work and money into these.
That reminds me. What didn't Yaya Han, Queen Cosplay, didn't she come out and say something about how people should just quit cosplaying now?
She's basically saying the golden age of cosplay is over. And people took it as that she's saying that they need to stop, should just give up. Should just quit cosplaying because it's over. That's a whole nother story completely. Mm. That came out a little while ago. That's why we didn't really talk about that. That was before we started the show.
I got you.
Like a little while before.
Well, it did make me think of it.
Yeah, but she did that. I still like Yaya. She does great cosplay. I've heard she's pretty stuck up in real life.
I believe it.
I could see it, but her cosplays are amazing, and I'd still love to meet her.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'd shake her hand.
It just sucks that this guy says this, and I think I read somewhere that he did follow up later on and say that cons just aren't the same anymore. Like when he first started going or something. I don't remember where I read this. Maybe I'm making this all up, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. That basically, like, it's all about the cosplay now. And before it wasn't all about the cosplay.
No.
And it's not all about the cosplay. I've been to 18 cons, and I've cosplayed. I've never done, like, full cosplay. I've done casual cosplays, like, maybe 3 times, ever. And 18 cons! You can't tell me it's all about the cosplay?
No, it's not. No, I think cosplay is a big part of it.
Without a doubt. I know a lot of people who love to just go and look at cosplay, and that's a really fun thing to do.
That's not the only reason I go. I go to meet people, to see the guests, to hang out, to go look at the awesome stuff in the dealer's rooms, there's so much stuff you can do. You can't justifiably say that cons are only for cosplay now. You can't do that.
And the worst part is, that there's fans of this guy's out there who probably, I'm assuming there's fans of his, who want to meet this guy, and now aren't ever going to get the chance because he's not going to go to cons because he doesn't like cosplay.
I know I've heard of some people, one of the reasons I've heard they don't like cosplay is because like at least in comics, you get women who'll dress up like Aquaman or something. Mm-hmm. And I've heard one guy from a TV show. He was like, I don't like that because I feel like when you do that, you're missing the point of the character. And I'm like, who cares?
I totally did. They're not missing the point of the character.
Who cares?
They're saying they like this character.
Yeah, they're showing you're a fan.
And that they're not defined by their gender. Yeah. They can like this character even though they're not a man.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely. And I don't know.
Okay, but here's the cherry on top.
Uh-huh.
There are other comic book artists coming out agreeing with this guy.
What?
Yeah. I don't know who, I don't have names, but this is what I had read. But there are other comic book artists and writers coming out and backing him up. What do you think about that?
I think they need to get over it. These are people's favorite hobby. Okay, what's their favorite hobby? What do they do? What was their hobby? What do they do?
I've never met them.
They're writers? What's their hobby? They write. They write stories. That's it's work, but I've heard a lot of writers don't consider it work.
Yeah,
because it's
what they love to do.
So here's the thing: what if somebody would just come and be like, you got to quit what you're doing, or I'm not gonna come see you, or something. I don't know.
Someone they love. Say they're a huge fan of who? Adam West?
Yeah, Adam West was, you guys should stop writing. He would never say that. He's an actor.
Well, I know. I picked somebody randomly.
Stop writing these stories because you're missing the point of Batman. That's my Adam West impression.
And all their whole life, their dream's been to meet this guy. And now he won't meet them because they're writers. Yeah, I know that sounds extreme, but it's sort of the same thing.
Some guy comes up dressed up as the Thing, and he's like, it's clobbering time, and the guy's like, whatever. The guy put a lot of hard work into that costume to come and meet the guy that wrote his maybe favorite Fantastic Four story, and he's basically just crapping on his hard work.
So the last thing I want to bring up before we sign out on this episode, what do you think of a world where you can't cosplay at cons? What would that be like to you? Can you even imagine that? That seems crazy to me.
Well,
First of all, my videos, I'd have to put way more work in because I'd have to make it interesting without showing cosplay.
I mean, I know we've been sitting here saying, you know, that cosplay doesn't make a con, and it doesn't, but I feel like a con, there would be a lot less of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, what do you do when you're not at a panel, when you're not in the dealer's room, when you're just trying to walk around? You look for awesome cosplay.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an icebreaker. It helps you meet people.
It's a good way, like, say you like, oh, what's that person cosplaying? Sebastian, Black Butler. Oh, yeah. I like that. Is that a good show? It's not bad. Okay, let's go watch it.
Yeah, then it's a way to find new things that you might be interested in. I started watching Mario Warfare by Beatdown Boogie because I met a guy cosplaying Toad from Mario Warfare, and he recommended it to me. And now I love it. That's one of the only reasons I watched it. Like, cosplay does that. And the other thing is, I think, being at a con where you look around and you just see everybody in normal clothes would be so boring.
It would be.
The atmosphere would be totally different than what it normally is.
But hey, you know, maybe it won't be.
Well, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that cosplay is sort of pointless and there's no reason to be cosplaying at cons, that maybe people just should stop and maybe it should be banned? Or are you normal and do you think that, like we do and like probably everybody does, that this guy's just crazy?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Let us know
in the comments below.
And hashtag 1UP when you share this on any social medias. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy. Hey, guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to watch yesterday's video, click right here in the center of the screen.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And read the description to find our other channels, plus our Twitch and more.
Nice, bro.
Just keep that in.